back in the studio. I'm just being joined by Bruce Adams as he gets mic'd up. We can talk a little bit about what he does. He was on the county council from 1986 through 1994. He is the director of the Office of Community Partnerships, and he just won the World of Montgomery Citizen of the Year award. This is a first-time award. Congratulations,
Thank
Bruce.
you very much.
Thanks so much for being with us tonight.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate
Thanks
it.
for
You
having
were
me.
working out at the polls. What were you seeing when you were out there?
I mean, it was steady, but it was slim.
Yeah.
It was disappointing.
And the numbers so far, obviously, we're talking a lot about the county executive race
Sure.
tonight. Mr. Leggett ahead by a sizable amount at this point
Yeah.
in time. Is that surprising to you at all? Is the incumbent, is he get the edge there when we have these early voting situations?
Well, you know, you have to admire the voters with all the very difficult decisions that County Executive Leggett has had to make as we've gone through the international economic meltdown, as we've had enormous demographic change in Montgomery County, as we have our senior tsunami. I mean, our demographics are changing dramatically. Our economy was in difficult shape. And to watch Ike Leggett just strong and steady, just there, making the right decisions. But there's so many decisions he had to make that, you know, somebody or other wouldn't like. So it really does open you up to challenge. And so it's admirable of the voters that they understood they really had the right guy at the right time at the right place.
I have to ask you, as a county council member back in the 80s and the 90s, and then the county council members today, how does that job differ, do you think? You're still involved in politics and you see what's going on. It's a different job to be a council member today than it was when you were on the council. It's a lot more involved, I think.
Well, I always described it as an 80-hour-a-week part-time job. So it wasn't. There was heavy lifting. There was plenty to be done. I think with social media, I remember them bringing stacks of letters to sign, and you could reflect, and the person didn't expect an answer for 2 weeks, and now they expect an answer in 2 minutes.
Right.
So I think that dramatically changes the nature of the job.
Right now, we have a couple of close races in the at-large. Is that the race to watch right now? Do you think the at-large race is to see if those four incumbents can hang on to their spots?
Yes, I mean, I expect that they will. I mean, it's similar to if the voters are going to renominate the county executive, I think they're going to renominate the council members at large.
How does your job and what you do for the county executive's office work with the county council and the rest of the government body? You're all about welcoming folks to Montgomery
Right.
County. How does that work into their agenda?
Well, the county executive Leggett has said we want to be America's most welcoming community, and it is our edge in the global marketplace that we have people from every corner of the globe who speak every language and understand every culture. So we are really well positioned in the future, and the county council really respects that and are great partners in the work that we do in reaching out to the ethnic communities. And our office also works with the nonprofits and the faith community. I think the council members as well as the executive understand that the government can't do it all, and we really need these partners outside the government.
What are the most pressing issues, do you think, right now? Is it schools? Is it jobs? Is it transportation? What are we talking about here?
I'm supposed to say yes, 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 right?
Yeah.
I mean, look, you got to walk and chew gum at the same time in these jobs, and so we've got to. The economy's coming back a little bit, which is really terrific because it's been difficult to do new initiatives to respond to these new demographics and the changing nature of our county. I can't choose one or the other. I mean, education is what brings people to Montgomery County. This is why we are a talent magnet for people from all over the country and all over the world, because we have that first-class education, and that is every politician and every elected official's top priority. But we, you know, obviously, you got to have a strong transportation system. You got to have excellent public safety, and somehow the county executive, and this may be the most admirable thing of all, has, in these incredibly difficult economic times, has preserved the safety net for our neighbors in need. And this is what makes Montgomery County such a special place. And I think the voters are showing here, they're re-electing, even though these incumbents had to battle through these difficult times, the voters are saying, yes, we want to keep them. They made good decisions.
Yeah, Mr. Leggett did get that that endorsement from the Washington Post,
Yes.
which is a coveted endorsement.
Absolutely.
But it was with a caveat, as they said, and it is to sort of stand up to those unions. And you know, we know that he stood up to them, and then he gave raises, and we had to take him back a little bit. And now we're kind of feeling a little bit more comfortable with our fiscal situation here in the county. You know, we got to keep an eye on that. Do you think he's the right guy to make sure that things don't get out of control again, like they did back in the early 2000s?
I think he is. I think that's what you see with the endorsement of the Teachers Union and the Washington Post, who have been at each other for many years. It just shows the extraordinary balance that he had as he put these budgets together. So I think you can count on that. There's not going to be any giveaways to the unions, as there should not be, because we've got so many social needs and we've got education needs. So I think that the voters are saying that we want to continue this balance.
Okay. Bruce, thank you so much for your
Thank you
perspective.
for having
it was
me.
really good to see you
Thank you.
again.
Nice to see
Take
you.
care.
Thank you.
Well, more to come when we come back. Pete Fosselman, Mayor of Kensington, will join us in the studio. Remember to send your comments at MyMCMedia, #MocoVote. We will be right back.